It's 2026, and I finally played Portal for the first time. Portal was released in 2007. It was developed and published by Valve, and I did not know this, but it was originally released only in the Orange Box bundle along Half-Life 2 and also Team Fortress 2. I had no idea that Portal didn't have its own release. Portal didn't get released until a little bit after, but I was trying to find some sales figures, and all I could find was that about 4 million copies of the original Portal were sold, and I'm assuming that's with the Orange Box bundle, because that is not including digital sales on Steam, which is where I purchased and played. Portal, the game itself, was just an experiment for Valve, and that's why they bundled it in with the Orange Box. It was kind of just a safety net, and they didn't realize how big Portal would become, and Portal literally did. It outgrew and became something of itself. They released a sequel later, which I have played a little bit of, but yes, it's 2026. I finally played Portal, and the game is freaking awesome. Like, it's not very long. I think I beat it in about 2.5 hours, but it is just a straight puzzle game. You get the portal gun, which is like, the portal gun and Portal itself is something I've heard about forever. It's like one of the most iconic guns in gaming. I remember back in the day, like early, or late 2000s, like early 2010s, when I was first getting into YouTube, I'd always see compilations of like the most iconic guns in gaming. You'd see stuff like the Lancer or the Halo battle rifle, or you would see the Portal gun, or you'd see like the Doom shotgun, stuff like that. But the Portal gun would always pop up. And I also remember watching a video by Corridor Digital where they did like Portal trick shots with like a basketball hoop and stuff. It was all VFX, but super cool. Like it was just cool stuff, but I never really got into Portal. And once again, it wasn't until now that I played. We actually did a Let's Play of it on our gaming channel, which I will link down in the description below, so you can go watch me literally play through it from start to finish. And I mean, I did it in one session, but I think we broke it up into 4 or 5 episodes, so you can go check that out. But like I said, I had such a good time with Portal. Like, it's a very short and sweet game to play through. The music's pretty fun, but the puzzle solving is great. And a lot of the times, like, you're having to freaking use your brain to figure it out. There were times where if you go watch the Let's Play, I'm like staring at a puzzle for, a good solid minute or two until it finally clicks into my brain of what I should do. But there were also times where I would solve a puzzle in the unconventional way, where the devs didn't want me to do it. But like, there was this one time towards the end of the game where I was supposed to have a rocket follow me through this room and blow up this pipe. Spoilers if you haven't played the game. But instead of doing that, I just picked up a office chair, walked it over, put it on the ground, and I was able to jump on the chair and then jump up to the ledge. So it was just fun. And it was fun for my buddies that had played the game and were watching me play through it, because they were, for one, it's just interesting to watch how people play games and their thought processes. But they said that I did not solve the puzzles the way that they did. And it's just fun that you could play a game from 2007 that allows that. And I don't think there's many puzzles throughout Portal that you could solve in different ways. I think most of the time there's, just maybe 1 or 2 ways that you could solve a puzzle. Maybe most of the time even just one. But it was a good time. Like, I had a great time with Portal. Like I said, I did play I played a lot of Portal 2, at least the co-op part of it, with one of my buddies. But I am going to jump into Portal 2 eventually. I don't know if I'll do it this year. I may just wait until next year. Or maybe I'll play alongside one of my friends. But yeah, like I said, it was like 2.5 hours. And it's just great. Portal lives up to the hype. It's a game that still holds up today. Like I said, you could jump in. You can beat it in a couple hours. You just have an evening to yourself. Jump in and play it. You get to hear GLaDOS. You get to learn all about the cake. And it's like kind of the narrative in there too is pretty fun too, where you learn about, I think they call him Rat Man. It's like a guy breaking away from the facility. So I don't know. It's just a fun game. It's a great time. I think that Portal's awesome. If you haven't played Portal, you should give it a shot. Go play it on Steam. I think it's like $5, maybe $10. I'm sure you could get Portal 1 and 2 for $10. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Portal down below. Let me know what game I should check out next. I think I am going to be playing Portal 2 eventually, so I'm going to be playing that. I love puzzle games. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, keep it rad.